Akhi, let me speak. Let me, Ikhwa, brother, if you cannot handle it, walk away, Akhi. Let me speak. Now, let me speak, please. Barakallah fiqh. Because we want to see the Christians who was a real person here, who ran away and who is scared for people to speak. So that's the. So what I'm saying simply, my question to is an open question. You have to answer it. When God, or Christian, when God said to Moses, Abraham, to many prophets and messengers, when he told them have slaves, was that a good commandment or evil commandment? If you say it was a good commandment, therefore having a slave sometimes can be good commandment. If you say that's an evil commandment, therefore your God command with evil things. Secondly,
Old covenant, new
regardless,
covenant.
all wrong.
No, it is relevant.
No, it's not. It's not.
It is relevant.
It's not. It's
because
not.
you say Muhammad is the example for now.
It's not.
Muhammad's the example for now, and his teaching is for now.
Anyway,
that's why it's relevant.
Yes, that's why.
So your argument is debunked.
That's true.
Because the Old Testament is not relevant for now. It's the New Testament.
He's hurting him. You know,
we've heard these kind of arguments all the time from Shamsi.
No,
we've dealt with slavery, and you've admitted that Muhammad was a slave trader,
let me finish.
and he did own slaves, and he is the example for today.
Let me finish.
Move on to one of the other points.
Yeah, okay.
Like, for instance,
let me finish.
Muhammad saying to ethnically cleanse the Arabian Peninsula of the Jews and Christians.
Wallah, he's scared.
He says bad manners.
He's scared.
Remember, he interrupted me when I was speaking, and he complained.
You know my brothers, yeah? I know his viewers. They're white supremacist racists. So what I'm going to do, walk away. Take the cameras. You don't let me to finish. Are you going to let me to finish?
Can you prove
Let's
I'm a
walk away.
racist?
I'm working with Latino. You know, let me to finish. He's scared.
I told you he'd run away.
No, I was scared. Are you going to keep quiet?
I told you he would run away. No, I'm going to interrupt you just like you interrupted me.
Don't walk away.
There you go.
That's it.
I told you he would walk away. I told you he would walk away. Hi, Shamsi.
Would you be happy someone to be a referee? No. Would you be happy to choose someone?
Shall we do it time?
No. Before time.
Shall we do it time?
Before time. No.
Shall we do it time?
Yeah, 10 minutes I do. Because we spoke for many times.
5 minutes.
No.
5 minutes.
No.
5 minutes.
Let me finish. Let me finish before time.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
You mentioned many points against my prophet.
5
You
minutes,
lied against my
5
prophet.
minutes.
You have to let me finish. Sorry.
5 minutes.
You have to let me finish. And that's why you've been rude. Not before that.
Who's running away?
When I finish, I'll give you 5 minutes.
He's running away.
Bob.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
When I finish my points, we go to 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
You can keep talking, but because you interrupted me earlier, I said that I would continue to interrupt you.
Basically, I'm going to interrupt you. If you walk away, you're scared. How does that work? If you keep interrupting
Shamsi,
me,
you said I would run away. I'm still here. You're the one who's trying to walk away.
No, I said you keep interrupting me, so I have to walk away.
But you didn't mind interrupting me.
I'm not interrupting the way you're doing it.
You interrupt. Oh,
this
so
is
now it's like a woman who says, you know, are you calling me fat? It's kind of like.
Why are you saying woman?
Kind of like it's a
characterization. Why are you characterizing woman? Characterizing woman. Why are you characterizing with a woman like that? Anyway, he gets it. Ikhwa, come. Alaykum salam wa Anyway, you know what he's doing? Ikhwa. My brothers, he mentioned many points. I have to deal with them. Sorry, Ikhwa, talking, sorry. My brothers, he mentioned many points, and I have to deal with them. I have to deal with them before we carry on. I have to deal with them, yeah? Because we cannot just let it go. Alhamdulillah, to be honest, I was focusing on his camera for the people who are watching, but the people who are watching, those who are sincere from his channel, they will see, you know what he's doing? He was interrupting me because he noticed I'm refuting his arguments. So he started doing it because he knows if I keep interrupting Shamsi, he's going to walk away. So and afterwards he's going to say, Shamsi is walking away because he's scared. But Akhi, how are you going to speak to someone? Keep interrupting. He said, I was interrupting. No, I was speaking to a brother who was next to me. I said, Salaam alaikum, Akhi. And he was speaking to his friend. Watch this, yeah? About servitude. Yes, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu he had a servant whale. No, he wanted to kidnap them like the Christianity. Walk away. These are crazy. Wallah, come, move. Yeah, wallahi. There's a lot of donkeys out here today. Yeah, brothers, you have to come because you cannot put the video without me clarifying every point. That's our da'wah.
Yes.
Our da'wah to clarify every point.
Shamsi هو ملحد؟ Atheist.
No, he's a Christian.
Christian,
But he goes against his Bible. So, my brothers and sisters, may Allah bless you all. As I've stated, you can see clearly this man who keeps running against me, says Shamsi is scared of him. I challenged him. What he did, he was interrupting. And when I interrupt him, I was just saying, alayhi salatu salam. That's not interrupting. He's mentioning our prophet. That's not interrupting. He utilized that as an excuse to interrupt me all the times. So about servitude. You see my question when I ask him, when God said to the Israelites, enslave people because they're not Israelites, was that a good commandment or a bad commandment? He didn't want to answer. He's going to say no, it's a new covenant. Regardless if there's a new covenant or not. If God allow once upon a time for slavery to happen, therefore slavery cannot be evil all the times according to your belief. Otherwise you are accusing God to be backward for allowing slavery to occur. And what was the reason of slavery in the Bible? Not because of war, because they're not even Israelites. So that's one thing, yeah? That's why we have difference between servitude. Prophet Muhammad is the best example. In a war, Prophet sometimes let the prisoners go free. So he's a Muslim leader to analyze what is the best interest for the Muslims. To keep them as a servant and take care of them and treat them nice. And there's many routes to let them go free. There's different subjects I spoke about servitude. Or you let them go free. So the Muslim leader analyze what is the best. In the Bible, you know, slave, if a slave does something, you get him and you get like a big nail and you put a hole in his ear. Drill a hole. Who said that? God of Christianity. So my question to him, he doesn't want to answer. What he does, Bob, he tell you 5 minutes. So when you tell answer my question, he will tell you his life story and he will answer the question. That's why this 5-minute business, I don't really like it. Why? Because if he speaks 5 minutes, he's not going to answer my question and I cannot interrupt him. Because he's going to tell me, no, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. There's many passages in the Bible. He talked about genocide, they lied. Prophet Muhammad said yes, it's true. The Jewish people and the Christians are not allowed to live in the Arab Peninsula because it's a place of revelation. However, they are allowed to come as workers, as travelers, or something like that. There is conditions to it. Like Umar ibn Khattab allowed the fire worshipper to come. No doubt about that. For example, the Vatican, there's no mosque in the Vatican. Yeah, Vatican is a city. So there's not allowed. The mosque is not allowed. Yeah. So anyway, it doesn't mean because they allow us to do something, we're going to allow them. No. Doesn't mean someone is going to allow me to pray in his house. Therefore, I'm going to allow him to do fornication in my house. Doesn't work like that, bro. No. We're not going to back down for no one. We're a Muslim and I'm proud of it. You let me to pray, I'm not going to let you to do shirk in my house. No. You understand? If you come, there's conditions. Because we're Muslims, we are honest. Before you come to our country, there is what? Conditions to fulfill. And by the way, to mention, this country is not a Christian country anymore. They don't care about Jesus. Literally, you can insult Jesus. Nothing can happen to you. It's a secular country. But you can literally do everything. So to say they allow us to open a mosque and you don't allow us to open church, that is a nonsense argument. So stop it, please. Because they don't care about church. You know, if you open something which is, for example, the clinic therapy, helping the gay people to, like say, look, from Islamic perspective, I'm going to help you to come back normal because we believe that gay is a sin, they will shut you down. You're not allowed to do that because that you're going against the aqid of the state. You see, but Christianity is the aqid of the state. Secondly, speaking about genocide, wallahi, you know Europeans here, the Western world here, I don't know how, there's something good like about them. You have to give it to them, not like it, to give it to them. They don't care to show hypocrisy. They will show you hypocrisy, they don't care. Bush, the second one, he's speaking about Putin's war. He said that is unjust. Biggest terrorist and a murder. He killed thousands of Iraqis. He's millions of Iraqis. He's talking. Let me bring it back to Bob. Bob talked about genocide. In the Bible, God said to Moses, to the Israelites, to genocide the Arabs, the Malachites, to genocide them. Why? For something happened 500 years ago. And you have a gut speaking against Prophet never said genocide them. Rather, Jewish people, they will live in the next Prophet and treat them nice. Rather, we have what? Prophet said, take care of the Christians in Egypt. He didn't say go kill all of them. Prophet, the Jewish people, when they were getting tortured in Spain, when they were killed in Spain, when they were burned alive in Spain, by who? By those who Bob supports, the Christian Catholic. Where they gone? They came to Algeria, Morocco, Turkey. They went to Iraq, to Egypt. Subhanallah, look, because they know, and the Islamic Empire were going to be saved from the evil hands of the Christians. And now he will speak. So my point here is, now he ran away as well. Jesus, when he's going to come back, you know what he's going to do? He's going to kill everyone. Anyone slaughter, he's going to come back as a king. So now, is he a good man or not? Prophet Muhammad is married to Aisha. Wallahi, ikhwa. Wabillahi wa tallahi. He knew very well I was going to expose him so badly. He knew that, because in the New Testament.
And you done him any time, anyway. You done him any time.
Yeah, many times, but he doesn't learn. Bobby comes here to get beat up for free. Not physically, but intellectually. Yeah? Remember, I'm speaking to a man who believed the Almighty God, the powerful God, was inside the private part of a woman. That's their belief. I'm not trying to mock them, that's not insult. He believes that. How can you speak to someone like that? He should be ashamed of himself. Anyway, my brothers, about Prophet Muhammad's marriage to Aisha. Firstly, define what is a child. According to doctors, what they call it, biologists, what different child from an adult is puberty. Check it online, don't take my word for it. And sometimes that can occur at the 8 years old. Okay? So when you say it's a child, you commit to one fallacy argument. Because you are already saying she's a child. She was not a child. Also, she was adult, she was mature. Aisha, may Allah please with her. And the best way to refute him, your Christian scholars who wrote a book about Prophet Muhammad, books about Prophet 500 years ago, they never mentioned nothing about Aisha's marriage. Even though they knew Prophet was married to Aisha at the age of 9. Why? Because that was something which is normal. Back in those days, there was no nursery, there's no primary school, secondary school. For girl with a woman, the age of 9, 10, they changed. They become a woman. I mean, wallah, forget 500 years ago. Go to Algeria, go to Morocco, go to Somalia. 9 years old, he's a man. You see him in the market because he's poor, he's making money for his family. She's 9 years old, 8 years old, she takes care of the house, she does everything. So what you have to understand, by the way, in Britain and America and Europe, the age of marriage was 9, 8 and 7. But what Europeans have this mentality, I have to repeat it over and over again. If we change, everyone has to change. That's what the European mentality. No, watch this here. If I change, you have to change. If you don't change, what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a war against you to call you backwards. Okay, who should determine what is backward, what is not? Who? Because I don't follow your ways, I'm a backward. I believe you're backward too. He said, no, I don't accept it from you. So you have to, when someone call you backward, a Christian say, why I'm backward? Because I don't follow your teaching. So that's one thing. The other thing, no one had any problem with the marriage of Aisha. Aisha was happy with it. Her parents was happy with it. The society was happy with it. Prophet was happy with it. Likewise, even afterwards, many women in Europe, in the Western world, in Algeria, in Morocco, in Africa, in the Arab Peninsula, they were getting married very young. As for the word pedophilia, my brothers and sisters, firstly, let us define what is pedophilia. Let me ask you, what is pedophilia? What is pedophilia? When you have sex with a child or intercourse with a child, yeah? Okay, that amongst the Europeans, that is not accepted, not all the time. In Britain, if you have intercourse, sex with a girl 14, you are a pedophile. Cross the road, France and Italy, you're not a pedophile. Imagine that. Between so-called the most civilized countries in the world, we are the third world, is it? So let us see the first world would have to offer for us. Britain, if you get married at the age of 14, you're a pedophile. Cross the river at France, La Liberté, mon frère, cross the road to them. Where is it? 14 years old. Go to Italy, 14 years old. America, some say 13 years old. Japan, look, that shows you what? Amongst these so-called civilized countries, pedophilia is not defined universally. So what is pedophilia? There's no consensus. So what is pedophilia in Britain? France, I don't agree with them. And France is a Christian, like there's a lot of Christians there. Likewise in America, to show you what they made up a term and they want to impose it on us. You say, no, we have to use our criteria and Sunnah. Yes, if a child is a child, let us even define what is a child. Nowadays, even she's 65 years old, she's still playing PlayStation 2. Of course, she's still a child in our time. I mean, you go back home, we don't have this nonsense. According to my knowledge, last time I've been back home, yeah? But my point here is, that's we deal with it. About genocide, we dealt with it. Prophet never said genocide Jewish and the Christians. He's a liar. Yes, in the Arab Peninsula, but they were allowed to live in Morocco. The Arab Peninsula, because why? Mahbat al-Wahy is a place, there's a Kaaba, there's a Medina, so they allow it for our necessity. Where is the other point mentioned? About Prophet allowing rape. That is not true, that's a kadib.
Nice.
It's a liar. Again, what is rape? Define rape to me. Bringing a woman, forcing her, beating her up, that's not allowed in Islam. That's not allowed in Islam. Guess what? That's what he's a hypocrite. Go to the Old Testament. They're all loving Jesus. They're all loving Jesus because in the Old Testament, Jesus is God. He was playing the role of God, yeah? Why he said, go and kill every man and every woman that slept with a man. So according, no, don't take it, because I have to finish the points, you know, because you mentioned many points, I have to deal with them. Kill every woman that slept with a man. So according to Jesus, the all-loving Jesus, being married, that is a sin and you should be killed. And what you should do, keep the little girls for yourself. The question, why are you going to keep a little girl for yourself? Are you going to play football with her? Are you going to play hide and seek with her? Of course, you know what is a virgin, is it? Also, because I don't want to, all the points I want to deal with them, to show the hypocrisy. Bob, when he speaks to Muslims, you know, he becomes liberal. He put the Bible under the bus. He doesn't want to speak about the Bible anymore because he knows I will embarrass him. We're not embarrassed what Prophet did. He's the best man walked on the earth. However, there is some things Prophet did. It's not sunnah that everyone has to follow. Prophet got married to Khadija. She was 45 years old. He was 25 years old. There is no Muslim scholars in the past or now say it's a sunnah to do that. No. There's certain things Prophet did was based upon his culture, okay? Based upon his situation. Prophet, for example, he did not eat lizard. No one said lizard. No one said sunnah to not eat lizard. No, understand? Prophet Muhammad got married to women, many of his wives, they had children, correct? Except Aisha. According to manage Aisha and Sauda. Okay. The point here is, no one said from the sunnah to get married to a woman, she has children. So we have to differentiate between the two. When we say Prophet is the best man, of course he's the best man. That's why Prophet says, some people can take for some example for, he's 25 years old, he can get married to a woman, she's 40. No problem with that. But there's certain things, it's a sunnah to follow. Certain things Prophet did, for example, having the long hair. Scholars never said you have to have a long hair. It's a sunnah, do you understand that? So rape, there's not. However, in a war, yes, when you take a woman as a prisoner, okay? When you take her, by definition, she's divorced. Then you wait, then you're allowed to have intercourse with her. However, you're not allowed to harm her. You're not allowed to force her. And when you force what? Allah Prophet said, be nice to them, be good to them. However, these situations about servitude in Islam doesn't exist in our time. However, if a war happened, then a Muslim leader has 4 options. Either let them go free, exchange them with the other prisoners, or you kill them as a servant. However, in the Bible, no. If you're not an Israelite, because the God of the Bible is a racist. It's a tribal God. If you're not Israelite, you should be killed. God of the Israelite, that was Jesus, by the way. And wallahi, have you noticed? I was very patient. I was saying, everyone keep quiet. I want to speak because I knew I will expose him. And he knew that. But what he was doing, he was interrupting, because he knows if I keep interrupting, Shamsi is going to walk away and he's not going to expose me in front of my camera. And that's what I want to expose in front of his camera. But alhamdulillah, qadar sha'a fa'al. But people probably will watch the full video, inshallah ta'ala, exposing this kadab, this liar, who Prophet Muhammad sandu better than him. His sandu. Wallah, the dust that Prophet stepped on is better than this guy. That's how proud. Wallah, the dust better than this person. This person, why I call him white supremacist, Christian, majority of people that come to him, a lot of them are race EDO followers. And you can check the videos. He's a racist, this guy. And he put it, my black brother. Yeah, we know this business. My black brother, yeah. Like in America, that's what they call them, black brother. And they put them in, what they call it, they treat them badly and so on. And they kill them. Yeah, lie to us. You cannot deceive us. So my point here is, have you noticed? He never dared for Prophet's teaching. And Ibn al-Hajj al-Haythami. Ibn al-Hajj al-Haythami said there was no servitude in Islam. 500 years ago, he mentioned that. Why? Because majority of servants, they've been kidnapped. And Islamically, that is not allowed. It's haram, it's forbidden. You know? Now, person might say, but in our time, we don't have a servant. Yeah, because you drop a bomb and you kill everyone. You kill babies and infants. But Islam, you keep them, take care of them, treat them nice, look after them. Once Prophet Umar ibn Khattab was walking, and there was a man sitting down eating, and another man standing. He said, who is this person? He's standing. He said, he's my servant. He said, be aware, let him sit down and eat with you. Allah Akbar. He said, let him sit down and eat with you. Prophet Muhammad saw a man is about to hit his servant. He said, Ya Abdullah, remember Allah is greater than you. He said, oh Messenger of Allah, let him go free. Allahu Akbar. The Bible killed them, raped them, because what? They're not Israelites. And these guys, they will never speak against the Zionists, what they're doing in Palestine. Because why? They're following the Bible. You see, that's why I said they kiss their toes, the toes, you know, the toes of the Yahud. Why? Because they're scared of them. Oh, that is clear. Is there any point he mentioned I didn't deal with? Yeah. All of them. Yeah. Alhamdulillah, but Allah's tawfiq. تفضل أخي. You want to mention something?
Yeah. The thing about the virgins, you know, keep all the virgins. It's even worse than that.